Welcome back to the channel, The Dystopian Man. Please like and subscribe and like. You can also get your ledger link in the description. You can also donate to the channel, and there will be a donate button up. But you can also use the wallets in the description. We can set Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. Wallets are pretty good with Ledger. I'm not a Ledger affiliate. Sorry, I'm not a Ledger. I don't work for Ledger, but I'm a Ledger affiliate. So you would be really be helping the channel. So we're going to get straight into this. Right, so this didn't surprise me. So XRP correction may be ending as bulls watch $2 breakout zone. So according to an analyst, XRP is trading close to a key accumulation zone, which could strengthen its case for an upward rally. In an April 8X post, analyst Dom pointed out that XRP is now filling a liquidity void, essentially correcting an inefficiency in price action from back in late November. That puts the asset in a tight range between around $1.50 and $2. So what would you be looking to scoop up more XRP at? Let me know please in the comments. I'd be interested to know. So the analyst noted that the $2 mark serves as a critical resistance level and key accumulation zone. A clean break above it will signal a potential structure shift that could officially end the current downtrend. At present time, XRP was down 3.3% over the past 24 hours, exchanging hands at $1.80, while its market cap was seated at over 104 billion. Its daily trading volume has dipped 42% to 6.3 billion. Bullish catalyst for XRP. This is the thing. We all know now that this is just Trump's foolishness. Right, the tariffs, they've done all of this. I thought it was going to be good for crypto. We've all made money off him, right? Now what I think he's doing is dropping the markets so his rich friends can get involved. I'm continuing to buy because out of every single dip we've seen in history, the market has always went to new highs. Why is it going to be the same now? Even if the tariffs keep it low for the extra 4 years, do you think the tariffs are going to be around here forever? So nevertheless, a number of positive XRP related developments are leading many traders to believe that XRP could be gearing up for a bullish rally. First, the launch of, I can't even read this, Teucrium's Leverage XRP ETF marks the first XRP linked ETF in the US, offering double daily returns on XRP. This sets a major precedent for institutional involvement and legitimizes Ripple's based investment products in trademarks. As you just seen as well, Ripple just bought, I can't remember the company, but they just bought like their own, I can't remember the name, see if it's here. It's too amazing. I literally spoke about in the last video. So the milestone comes on the heels of the SEC dropping its appeal and settling the Ripple case with a 50 million penalty, effectively removing long-standing regulatory uncertainty around XRP. Legal clarity has sparked renewed institutional interest with firms like Franklin Templeton, Bitwise, and 21 Shares. So you can see the writing is on the wall here. I'll leave the link in the description to read the rest of this. But you can really see the writings on the wall. Institutions are bullish on XRP. You should. I am definitely not letting short-term Trump BS affect my buys. Definitely not. But on the flip side of things, expert explains why XRP price fails to rise with recent positive events. So, prominent market commentator Vince Van Code has commented on the observation that XRP performance fails to align with recent positive developments. So, is that good? In terms of if you wanted to buy now, in my opinion, yes, because it's only going to be a matter of time before the price does align with what's happening. So notably, the positive news includes the resolution of the SEC Ripple case, XRP's potential inclusion in the US digital asset stockpile, and favorable announcements from Ripple, such as the company's acquisition of Hidden Road. That was it. Vincent suggests that despite these positive developments, XRP's price has not increased as many expected. Instead, it has plunged heavily. Sale time, particularly on Monday when XRP had a daily close below the $2 mark for the first time since December, but we know that's because of the 104% tariff that's just happened on China. So according to Vincent, XRP's recent underperformance is not due to the failure of the coin. He emphasized that several countries' global financial markets suffer from a broader downturn. Okay, so what does that let us know? If it's not due to the coin, then it's a buy. It's as simple as that. You can go on the site and read the crypto basics, but I just want to read that part out. You can see and know that's a buy. Tell me I'm wrong. Because he clearly says clearly says that it's not due to the coin. So this is getting ridiculous as well. So now we're going to look at a few people that are actually buying Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is one of the scarcest assets on the planet. And I am telling you right now, in my opinion, it's not financial advice, but it's only going to get scarcer and scarcer and scarcer and scarcer. And the supply shock will come. It will come, right? So here's the first company we're getting into. So Bitcoin Depot expands treasury holdings with additional 5 million BTC purchase. So Bitcoin Depot has purchased an additional 5 million in Bitcoin, increasing its treasury holdings to 71.5 Bitcoin. Quiver AI, Bitcoin Depot, a leading Bitcoin ATM operator based in the US, announced the purchase of an additional 5 million in Bitcoin, bringing its total holdings to 71.5 BTC as part of its treasury strategy. CEO Brandon Mintz highlighted the company's belief in Bitcoin as a valuable financial asset, emphasizing its commitment to making Bitcoin accessible to everyone. The move is expected to benefit shareholders through potential appreciation in BTC value, especially in light of recent updates to accounting standards. Bitcoin Depot continues to expand its presence with approximately 8,400 kiosks across North America, facilitating cash to Bitcoin conversions for users. Okay, so that's huge. Another company again. Like back in the day, we would have been going mad if we heard this. Now it doesn't even hit the news. And that's April 8th. El Salvador buys more Bitcoin as retail traders earn BTC with BTC Bull. So despite the drama, El Salvador buys more Bitcoin, but what's going on? Bitcoin BTC just yesterday scared the bulls, hitting 74,500. I picked up, and I picked up today. In a brutal market crash, major altcoins felt the pain too. Solana flipped below 100, touching 95.50, and panic grew bigger and bigger when everyone ran for the X6. El Salvador seized the moment, buying more BTC during the dip. Retail traders joined in, scooping up coins at discount prices. After yesterday's bloodbath, BTC clawed back over 7%, closing at 79,600, above the 76,500 support level. The one that Arthur Hayes is talking about. If we dip below that, I think he said on the 15th of April, he thinks we're screwed. So this bounce has sparked hope that Bitcoin bottoms are in. Despite the chaos, BTC's long-term appeal stays strong, with nations and companies betting on its future. Nations and companies. Nations and companies. You can't say anymore. So El Salvador's Bitcoin journey started in 2021 when it became the first country to make BTC legal tender. And the president, Nayib Bukele, drives a strategy, buys often, especially when prices drop. The nation now owns 6,137 BTC, worth about 488 million at today's rate. Imagine if BTC goes to 1 million, 2 million, 3, 4, 5 million a coin. Like, people aren't ready for this. But you, if you're watching this channel, you're going to be. And you would have been ready for XRP. Here we are again. So what's this? The 4th of April, so a few days ago. BlackRock buys 66 million in Bitcoin amid market crash. BlackRock acquires 66 million in Bitcoin on the second day of the stock market rout following President Trump's Liberation Day announcement tariffs. The sell-off in the stock market didn't cool down even on the second day following President Trump's announcement of global reciprocal tariffs on April 2nd, the Liberation Day. As China retaliated with reciprocal 34% tariffs on American imports on April the 4th, the stock market took a further beating. And then this is just going to turn into a currency war. Trust me, this is going to turn into a currency war, and our bags are going to pump. The S&P 500 dipped. Yeah, nobody cares. So BLK was trading at, so that's BlackRock themselves. However, the stock market crash didn't dissuade the asset manager from acquiring more BTC. As per the on-chain analysis platform Arkham, BlackRock purchased 66 million BTC on April the 4th. So less than a week ago. 60 million, in BTC. Again, look, another one here. 1st of April, Metaplanet adds 67 million in Bitcoin following a 10-to-1 stock split. The writing's on the wall. I don't understand how they are keeping the prices so low when so many people are buying. Japan-based Metaplanet has expanded its Bitcoin holders, purchasing 696 Bitcoin for 10.2 billion yen, $67 million. The company announced on April 1st. And it wasn't a April Fool's joke. The acquisition comes shortly after Metaplanet issued 2 billion Japanese yen, 13.3 million of bonds to buy more BTC, CoinGraph reported on the 31st of March. The move also comes shortly after Metaplanet's 10-to-1 reverse stock split. The company had previously warned in a Feb 18th filing that its share price had risen significantly, creating a high barrier to entry for retail investors. We implemented a reverse stock split considering, I think it was just to raise money so they could buy Bitcoin, if we're being honest. Right. We know that's what the case is, but the most important thing here, Metaplanet adds 67 million in Bitcoin. Congo sells legacy China business, goes all in on Bitcoin mining. This was April the 3rd. So Congo, a publicly traded Chinese conglomerate, has agreed to sell its legacy China operations, its whole company, to an entity associated with Peer Bitmain in a bid to go all in on Bitcoin mining, according to a report by the Miner Mag. Congo agreed to sell its legacy Chinese auto financing business to Safa Digital Limited in a 352 million deal, according to the report. Additional, Bitmain is reported transferring 32 exahashes per second to Congo. The deal effectively brings Bitmain's mining assets to the public market, the Miner Mag said. Exahashes measure a miner's contribution to the Bitcoin network hash rate. The total computing power secured the network. The Miner Mag said Safa Digital Limited has the same corporate address and founding director as Antalpha, an entity ultimately controlled by the chairman and Bitcoin miner Bitmain. So that's another company. And then when we just read this, I'm just going to say this one. So BlackRock's Larry Fink warns that dollar risk losing reserve currency status to Bitcoin. We're talking about the most powerful man on the planet. We're talking about the most powerful, one of the richest guys on the planet, who owns pretty much the whole bloody stock market, is telling us, right? He's warning us that dollar risk losing reserve currency status to Bitcoin. The writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. English Co. invests 660,000 in Bitcoin, embraces blockchain for gaming. A prominent Japanese gaming company has made a significant investment in Bitcoin, purchasing BTC worth 100 million yen, approximately 660,000. The acquisition was finalized between April the 1st and April the 4th, 2025. The move underscores English strategic objective to leverage Bitcoin technology and its potential to enhance game development. Right, again, so all of these companies going crazy into Bitcoin right now, and you're sat on the sidelines for what reason? There's no reason, in my opinion, for anybody to be sitting on the sidelines right now looking at all of this bullish news. Ridiculously bullish news. Like I say, even if you can't buy like a lot, you don't have to buy a lot, but just I think it's start buying, because one day, you're going to look back and think, shh, I could have bought Bitcoin for a certain price. And now that price is way off the table. So anyway, so that's just the daily news for today. Just a Bitcoin buy. So please like and subscribe. Subscribe and like. Get your ledger link in the description. And peace.